to somewhere, and just after the last video, or not just after, I did a few more contracts, and I was perusing the sales, and a couple of really good deals cropped up. The first one was on this Silo King feed mixer. It was about half price. It was about 20 grand. I'll stick a picture up on the screen of what we paid for it because I don't remember exactly. But it holds 22,000 litres, which felt like a really good buy. So we don't have the cows at the moment, but we're going to need a feed mixer. So yeah, didn't want to miss out on that opportunity. And also that windrower there, which was also a really good deal. It's like an 8.5 metre windrower, and I think paid either £8,000 or £11,000 for it. So yeah, I am hoping that this feed mixer is going to fit in the cow shed. It's my only slight niggle. It looks like it should be fine. Yeah, should be fine. With my expert driving, what could possibly go wrong? So I borrowed, we've got random pallets spread around the farm as well. We'll get those sorted at some point. I borrowed, took, stole, used, whatever you want to put it, some of the cash from DS Agri that came from the contracting. That's, you know, partly how it works to get some more kit. Clearly we need a feed mixer. Clearly we're going to need a windrower, particularly when those baling contracts hit. Should be some good money in those, hopefully. Just have a quick peek at the old silage clamp. 19%. It's got a little while to go. So, public service announcement. A few, actually. I don't have the numbers handy. The Alien Pool posted on Discord and Facebook how much money has been raised so far for German cancer aid thanks to Terralife. And it's a pretty solid amount. I don't remember how much it is, but go check out the Farming Agency Facebook page and you'll see that your downloads through legitimate sources for Terralife are doing good things. So yeah, make sure you're downloading it from ModHub and nowhere else, and make sure you go rate it 5 stars because that means Giants have to donate more. So that's really cool. The other one is that on the Mace Plus Discord, under there's links in the news section. There are also links in the Terralife channel on my Discord. I don't know if it's in the German support channel, but also in the XMLs in the English support channel. I know in a post by the Alien Pool for updated XML files for the animal feeding to fix issues whilst the updates are with Giants being tested. So go grab those to get the latest versions of the animal feeding. So that's all of that done. Get some pallets put away, which means I need to get some pallet forks. So let's do that. We'll get them for the front loader because I prefer using the front loader. Front loader tools. Pallet forks. Yes, please. So I'm going to get this done. Let's turn that off. And I will then skip ahead into June. We will see what the fields look like. So I will see you guys in June. So it's now week 1 of June. So I think we're now into the 2-day weeks. I think, because I think I've slept. Yeah. No, maybe not. I'm not entirely sure. But what I am sure of is there is another good deal in the sales. So we don't need tractors. I don't want to get that because that doesn't work well with workers, just in case we need to use a worker. But I was kind of tempted by this guy. except for the fact we would need to separately wrap the bales. Now there are wrappers on sale as well, but I don't fancy doing that separately. But the Anderson Pro Chop is in the sales and it's nearly half price. So I think we should grab that. So we're going to buy that because that's a pretty good deal. And we will need a bale shredder. So that seems like a very sensible idea to me. But yeah, I really want to get a combi baler wrapper. So that's just going to make life so much easier. Let's just have a quick peek at the silage as well. 38%. Okay, so I'm going to keep sleeping. And it's just one other thing to check is... Yep, just spraying contracts. So I'm going to keep sleeping and I'll be back again. Welcome back. It is now day 1 of week 3. I think I've worked out how the dates work. And it's not quite in the logical order, but that is, I think, is where we are. And our winter barley, is ready to harvest right at the start of the harvest window, which is kind of cool because that is going to let us maybe throw in a cover crop or something else. The map is looking better. Lots of stuff is growing. A lot of this yellow is the landscape grass, but there's another winter barley field which is ready. Then picked up the contract for DS Agri on that, and there is a haymaking contract which I've also picked up for them. So we need to get some more haymaking kit, but more importantly, our winter barley field is ready. That means that we need to purchase a trailer for grain. I'm not sure what we have installed mod-wise still. We had lots of the red rocks before. I quite like this one, but it's quite UK centric, I think. Obviously we've got quite a lot of UK centric trailers installed because we were that way inclined before. And maybe we go something like a Rudolph, 18,500 litres. Quite expensive, 30 grand. Versus 22. Well, there's the Farm Tech, but that's dolly trailer. No one's going to like me if I buy a dolly trailer. Apart from the people that just get to watch. That's that one. What's the difference between those two? I'm not entirely sure. That's 32,000. For some reason I thought that one was significantly cheaper. Brain fart. I guess we could go for the class, but that's kind of boring at this point, isn't it? I am tempted to go for the Pro. Just because I quite like the look of it. It's 22 grand. Holds 22,000 litres. We can turn it into a silage trailer, which we will need. So, yeah, I think we're going to buy one of those. We need to be on the lookout for a baler still, because we need straw. And we might end up leasing a baler, I guess. But I don't really want to do that, because it's going to get a lot of hours put on it, is my concern. Going to get a lot of hours put on it. And that's not ideal. So for now, we're going to drop the pallet box off in here. We'll leave the front loader on because, you know, it's disconnecting all the hydraulic hoses and stuff. And we'll take this over to the field. And I think probably will just use the little combine for this field because it's not a big field at all, is it? So we'll just use the little class combine, I think. Let's just pull that to the side, turn that off. Just seeing as we're there anyway, we are not hooked up to any header. Let's grab the correct header trailer. And it's the right header trailer as well. It'll let me hook up to it, that is. It should do. There we go. But does this all need a service? Quite possibly. Let me sort that. Yes. Yes, it did. Nearly 2.5 grand in repairs. I didn't do a major service on it. It really should have one. But money's a bit tight and I've pulled a lot of money out of DS Agri, so I figure we'll make do for now. And once harvest season kicks in for those guys in Anchor, I mean, they'll probably be using the big combine anyway, so might not be needed. Might not be needed. Let's move the grain trailer forwards a bit more. We can put the combine header trailer there. Seems like a good idea to me. So now we are on to the 2-day weeks. The clock is going to run at times 10, as was the plan. And when I'm playing, I'm going to leave it at that. When I remember, when I put the save game on the server, it'll not be on times 10 because that creates all sorts of complications with me being able to record and the guys being able to do work and that kind of thing. So yeah, when I remember, when I put the game on the server, I turn the clock off essentially because it doesn't work well with series that's used for content creating and letting people have fun doing multiplayer stuff. So alright, unfold the combine. So this is a Mark Thor combine. I don't know if he ever released it properly, but it's based on a real combine. So it was a class combine that was repainted in, we need to put straw swath on, that's why we're here. That was sold under Ford colours. Come on, give me straw swath. There we go. Because we are here for straw, for bedding. This is not going to be enough bedding for all of our cows. You will have lost game sound because I'm just checking recording. So one of the things that's happened between videos is the computer that I record on has had a graphics card update, and just keeping an eye on how things are going with that. So yep, in preparation for FS25, I've upgraded the graphics card in this computer. This computer was originally built and conceived as something that I would use infrequently for doing things, and it's actually turned into the main computer that I create content on. So I decided to give it a bit of an upgrade before the new game came out. It recently had a CPU upgrade and it's now had a GPU upgrade, and yeah, I did it last night, and this is the second time that I have gamed on it, having just recorded a Timberborn video on it, and I had a crash when I started playing Timberborn. So yeah, there's a lot of computing power in a very small computer, and so it might need a bit of fine-tuning to deal with the heat that is being generated. So yeah, there's for those of you that care, for those of you that don't, switch your ears off for a few minutes. There's a 5700X 3D in there. Not the highest end gaming chip, but a decent one. But it was quite cheap. It was like 130 quid. But yeah, 8 cores, X3D, cache, so pretty good for gaming. and then a 4700 Ti Super graphics card, so pretty decent graphics card. So a lot of, and then it's in a 8.5 litre mini ITX case, so a lot of power in a very small case. I can literally feel the heat coming out of the case from a little distance away. It doesn't have much space to cram fans in, so yeah, you know, kind of is what it is. But it was originally designed for when I'm traveling and things like that, but as it's worked out, it's become the main computer that I create content on, because I've changed how I make my content and I talk to you as I play, and my laptop is not great for that. So yeah, I thought I'd make the investment in improving that. It makes very little difference probably to the gameplay. It's more partly headroom for the new game and that, and also when I'm traveling, it's used to render videos, and that's where the extra horsepower is really useful, because the faster I can render, the better. And that was about the most powerful graphics card I could fit in the case that I have, because it had to be essentially a 2-slot graphics card. And I'll stop talking about geeky tech stuff now, because I know most of you are here for either farming or, well, that was rambling, I guess. Anyhow, yeah. So, combine out. Basically our one combinable crop, I guess. I need to keep an eye on the game saving. Yay, game. So this harvest ready field up here is a herb grass field, and so far that's not kicked out a contract, but I think it's because it's not at maybe a grown enough harvest ready state. I think it possibly needs to be a state further on. Not certain. I'm not certain with herb grass and contracts, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. If it turns out that that's not throwing out contracts, I don't know if herb grass does, still getting used to this stuff, then I might just switch that over to be normal grass, because we need the contracts. You know, it's pointless there being a field sat there that we're getting no possible use out. That you know, that seems kind of a waste to me. I didn't do enough on the Polygamy save to know if herb grass throws contracts. I'm just going to have another check. Oops, just spraying. I'm not taking the other spraying contracts. Mainly, I don't find spraying contracts particularly enjoyable, so there are some sat there on DS Agri if the guys want to do them, but there's baling and harvesting coming up, and that would be much more entertaining for people to do. So yeah, it's kind of my thought. So I might just quickly, though we're just over a third full, just contemplating doing a quick empty as we come around this headland. But we're not doing too badly. Yeah, we'll see how we get on for getting jobs done for today. Then my intent is to make a video that is, and again, you're going to have lost game sound for a moment, apologies for that, is to make a video out of each game day, but we'll see how we get on with that. Obviously, I want to try and keep this save progressing well, with the run into and the start of FS25. So the key to that is going to be essentially trying to keep content flowing. I've got that set to 90 degrees. We probably don't. Let's try 15, see what that gives me for a decent heading. On 12.5 is okay. We'll go with that. I can believe that's a decent heading to work on. Yeah, so if we can, we'll do a day. Might be that baiting is day 2 of week 3. I'm guessing that within a week nothing is going to change on the map. That would seem unlikely to me. The transitions are going to be week to week, so really the idea of having the extra day is that it lets me run the game at times 10, keep pace in the videos, rather than something that I've always been really guilty of, and that is slowing the clock down, not making progress through the year. Oh, we've got let me just get it back on the heading that we had it on. Turn off. That one. Thank you. I wanted to stay on the heading we were working on. Yeah, so I think for FS25 on... So I'm planning to do a Let's Play on there, obviously. I'm planning to do a start from scratch style Let's Play. And assuming, big assumption, because I don't think we've had much information about how seasonal growth and that kind of thing is going to work. So I'm assuming it's going to be like 22. Again, assumption, could be wrong. But probably what I'm going to do is run something like initially, because you have less to do at the start of a save like that, maybe 2-day months on times 10, and as we need to, as the workload increases, we'll increase the number of days per month. I won't slow down the clock. So if we get to the point where the work that we have doesn't fit, then I will add days, not change time, because that for me is a, it's almost like it kills things for me, because suddenly I'll be playing on times 1, or I'll just stick it on times 1/2, and I just won't progress. And it's not good, I don't think. I think particularly, like with this, where essentially it's new because it's Terralife, or with something like FS25 where it's a new game, you want to be progressing through time to see how things behave. And so yeah, that's my plan. I think we're going to River Bend Springs for that. That was kind of, so when I asked patrons, it was split between that and the new map. I'm quite keen on, I think it's in there, Salonka still, because I never played it in this game. It feels kind of wrong to play the map from this game, but that's me, isn't it? It's a level of familiarity because I did some tutorials on there. So yeah, we'll see how we get on. I guess. Probably one of the first things I'll do is actually have a little look at all of the maps. See how they feel. Maybe see which one suits something like that, because with a series like that, you need cheap land. And it's a giant map, so there's going to be lots of contracts, but you need cheap land. Cheap land is essential. Even if it's being able to buy a plot of land that's cheap enough to get set up on. Yeah. I am at the point where, I don't know, I want to say I'm excited to start the new game, but again, those of you that know me, it's change. And I like familiarity, So, yeah. We'll see how we get on. So, I've started compiling a list of the first videos that I'm going to be doing. You might hear my neighbour is yet again doing fucking renovations. Can be nothing left in the house that hasn't been hammered, sanded, painted, drilled. and from seeing what he's doing on the outside of his house, not finished. But yeah, I've started compiling a list of videos that I want to do at the start. Shared that with Patreon and had some really good suggestions for things that I'd forgotten because new game. But if you've got any suggestions from videos of mine that are based around base game, because the mods won't exist, I can't do tutorials on Courseplay on day one because Courseplay won't exist. Can't do tutorials on Maze Plus on day one because Maze Plus won't exist. But base game type things, stick them below because I'm kind of interested in what you guys want to learn about and the kind of things that I like doing videos on. It's kind of what I like doing. So yeah, stick your ideas below, because basically in that first couple of weeks I'm just going to be working through a big old list of different learning how things work, because I'm going to be learning as well, and then sticking out videos on them. So, and probably one of the things that I'm going to be leaning on maybe is those of you that are putting in a ton of hours helping me with how things work. So for me, the way I learn about how a lot of things work is if I can go read XML, that's great. Or if you can play test it, then that's the other way. That a lot of the animal stuff you might have seen with some of the things. I set up a very simple farm and I play test it, and I jump out of the combine stupidly. And I suspect for me that's probably going to be a lot of my FS25 gameplay early on. Not actually playing the game, but exploring features of the game, rather than actually just playing like a normal human does. But yeah, that probably won't surprise a lot of you. So I'm just checking on the old Amazons, because I've got an Amazon order that's on its way. In traditional Amazon fashion, it was being delivered in one time window, and then as that time window closed, they gave me a completely different one, which is really annoying. I forgot how swift Mark's combine was. Realism is key, folks. Right, so we need a way to collect and store the straw. Right, so we need to get a baler. This might be bank loan time. Well, although I've just brought a straw blower for round bales, I tend to like to square bale straw. I'm not sure how much we got off that field. We need to turn off the straw swath. There we go. Right, let's get that put away. Yeah, I tend to like square bales for straw. Which, yeah, there's a fence there. Luckily, the cemetery has a very strong fence. So, yeah. Not sure what to do there. Yesterday I think I've mentioned before, we enjoy watching Lioness. I think it's an Amazon series. So we watched series 1 when it came out, and we got really excited when we saw that series 2 was on there. But it's one of those ones they're only releasing 2 episodes at a time, so we got really annoyed when we sat and watched 2 episodes and then it was done. Yeah, but whether we'll just wait for them to have released the rest of it, I don't know. Right, remember, folks, realism is key. So, like a real farmer, we're going to walk to our tractor. So, 9,000 litres of winter barley. Not sure what we'll do with that yet. Whether we'll sell it, whether it'll become part of the feeding. We don't have anything to feed it to yet. For now, it's going to go in the silo. Hopefully, the silo should take it. So, I'm guessing that's going to give us maybe 40 or 50,000 litres of straw, which is not a lot. We do need a bale store as well. Actually, that spiver there might work to put a bale store in with a bit of tidying up. It does work. Look at that. A well set up mod and a well set up silo. Or correctly set up both. Yep. Awesome. Oh, that tipped incredibly quickly. So let's just drop that there. I will need to transfer that across to DS Agri before it's back on the server. Right, let's have a quick look in here. Betas. So that's what we had before that we didn't bring with us, which is 12 grand, or that's what I really want for doing all of the bale work. We can make nice big straw bales. We can wrap a nice range of sizes of bales for other stuff. And that's what we had before, I think. Because I wanted one that tipped. I think we go for that this time. I don't know if I want to drop 100 grand on a baler right now. I think I might have to. What's a bank loan on 100 grand going to cost me? Over 2 years, 4 grand a month. Over 3 years, 3 grand a month. That's okay. Let's do that. I suspect between okay, where was the store point? That go to the shop. I think it might have. One moment, folks. No, it didn't purchase. Okay. Why did that not purchase? Balers. Buy. Yes. There we go. But as I said, normally I prefer making round bales for straw, but this time we will not. We're going to make 150 centimetre bales. We could make 180s, but I think 150 will do. Seems like a nice compromise. Do we just make 180s? Get it down. Go big or go home. So let's turn on automatic bale dropping. Hopefully this field is a shallow enough incline that it won't be a problem. I'm just thinking, actually, maybe we shouldn't do bales that big. They hold 11,000 litres. We'll go for 150s. 150 sounds like a better idea. At least get a few then. And we'll probably save stacking them until next time, I think. Because I'm not sure where I'm going to put them yet. Yeah. Seems like a good idea. Seems like a good idea to me. Suddenly a very expensive day with buying the trailer and the baler and a feed mixer and a windrower. Geez, I hope that baling contract has a lot of excess bales. Not a very big field, so it'd be really nice if that herb grass field kicks out a contract, because that is a big field. We'll have a check of that in a second. Just no. Oh no, it's another spraying contract. So yeah, I'm guessing that that's at least going to have to progress another growth state, or it's not going to throw a contract. I don't know. I haven't looked. I should look in the XML, or just chat to one of the guys. Or one of you can comment below if you've had herb grass contracts, I guess. One of you might know. Yeah. Let me know whether we can expect contracts off of herb grass fields. Would be really good if we are going to get them. Yeah. It's a big field. And that means a big payday. That means a happy farmer. Happy fake farmer. Right. Yeah, I know. I was hoping that I could swing around and pick up that little stray bit. Guess not. We are getting a lot more straw than I thought. Obviously a good straw yield off of winter barley. Anywho, I'm going to get some of this done and I'll be back. Well, headland's done, and I've just realised that whilst I was rambling away happily running the combine, some Egypt forgot to take a thumbnail. Yeah, I know. So, annoying, because combine thumbnails always get those few extra clicks because people love watching you run a combine for some reason. So, yeah. Oh well, baler it is instead. But unless I can grab a still out of the video, but I didn't really do anything other than sit behind the combine like this. So, yeah. Not a big deal, you know. At this point, FS22 videos have slowed down quite significantly. Even the Terralife ones, you know, compared to the initial hype around Terralife. They're performing steadily, but not brilliantly. So, not too fussed. Not too fussed. Just a little bit annoying. Would have made a nice thumbnail with the old Ford combine running in the field. Or Ford Class, or Class Ford, or however you want to count it. Anyway, doing quite nicely with the number of bales. More straw than I thought we were going to get. 1, 2, 3, one behind me, 4, 5. Yeah, more bales than I thought we were going to get. Not enough, so we do need to make sure that we get bales off of any contracts, means I need to make sure that we've got the tip anywhere mod installed because I'm not sure that the straw from missions mod will work. So I need to make sure that I add tip anywhere in and enable baling so that we can do that, because that will help. Because we're probably going to need a decent amount of straw to get through the year. And feed, because then I can actually buy some cows. Which would be nice. I also need to decide what we're going to do with this field next year, so that I can work out what to plant in it. And probably, because of the size of it, we won't put a crop in it. You know, a real crop. We'll probably put grass or something in it. Maybe make it into one field with the one that's next to it. 81. Should have gone to a smaller bale size. Anyway, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bales. Which we are not going to pick up today because speed limit. This tractor is doing weird things at the moment. Need to work out how to switch that on. Yeah, I need to. So it's Sunday afternoon, and I need to get this and the Timberborn video edited and rendered to upload for tomorrow. Yep, stacking, loading, stacking, and storing those is a job for another day. Baler can go over here. So now, the only thing we are missing for grass working is tether, which is pretty cool. Obviously a bit more in debt, but a few decent grass working contracts will probably pay that off. Not too worried. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. Hope you enjoyed today's video. I wasn't expecting to break the combine out. Thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel, and I will see you next time.